Here we are in COWELL Redwoods State Park in Santa Cruz, California. This is our first time that we've been to the state park, and it's a place that we've been wanting to come to, and we are just so happy to be here. It's the first week in March 2021. The campground is usually closed this time of year, but due to COVID, they've decided to open it early so visitors can have a place to spread out and just enjoy. COWELL Redwoods State Park is known for its rich history and lush towering redwoods native to the land. Notable visitors, such as President Theodore Roosevelt, spent time amongst the old-growth redwoods and inspired preservation efforts to keep our nature pristine. Located in Felton, COWELL Redwoods State Park's wheelchair and stroller-accessible Redwood Grove Trail circles around the park's oldest and largest trees. More trails crisscross the San Lorenzo River and its steep, redwood-covered canyons. The park also features a visitor center, a campground, Wi-Fi, internet access, picnic areas, and interpretive programs. There are guided tours offered every Saturday at 11 a.m., led by naturalists who can provide a wealth of knowledge about the Santa Cruz Mountains. The trails of nearby Fall Creek State Park are far less traveled. The park's stillness stands in sharp contrast to the sounds of the early industrial operations that once echoed through the canyons. Today, the trickling waters of Fall Creek welcome hikers and have remnants of old logging operations, quarries, and lime kilns along the park's trails. A popular swimming hole known as the Garden of Eden can be found in COWELL Redwoods State Park. This hidden treasure is part of the San Lorenzo River and can be accessed from two different entry points in the park. The park has 107 sites for tent camping among shady pine and oak forest trees. I should say RV parking as well. This is separate from the day use and entrance of COWELL Redwoods State Park and can be accessed through Grand Hill Road in Scotts Valley. While it's closed in the winter season, visitors can reserve space during the spring and summer months and enjoy everything the Santa Cruz Mountains have to offer. This campground is also near the Santa Cruz Sandhills Habitat, an ancient marine deposit home to imperiled wildlife and vegetation. COWELL Redwoods State Park has many unique habitats and rare wildlife. Although old-growth redwoods are the park's most famous feature, the park contains an amazing diversity of habitats, including creekside woods, mixed evergreen forest, and Santa Cruz Sandhills, a unique habitat found only in Santa Cruz County. Only the hardiest plants can survive on this pale, chalky soil. Mighty ponderosa pines and swaths of native wildflowers rule this habitat. COWELL Redwoods' different habitats provide a home to many animals, such as coyotes, bobcats, black-tailed deer, pileated woodpeckers, western screech owls, spot-belted kingfishers, and redwoods and famous banana slugs. The San Lorenzo River, which flows through the park, is home to threatened steelhead trout and a small population of endangered coho salmon. Here's just a little bit of history of COWELL Redwoods State Park. Long before Spanish occupation, the Sayante tribe, a Wuzwuz-speaking people, lived in this area along what is now defined as Zayante Creek. They relied on the forest for food, water, and shelter. They traded steelhead trout and coho salmon with other tribes for resources such as acorns and obsidian. Starting in the 1840s, European settlers began to occupy this land. The redwood forest was heavily exploited by early entrepreneurs, French settler Pierre Don Pedro. He built a lumber mill near the park's present-day picnic area and logged much of the park's trees over time. Warren Welch built a vacation resort which attracted notable guests, including Presidents Theodore Roosevelt and Benjamin Harrison. The area was also the site of the Davis and Jordan Lime Company. In 1899, photographer Andrew P. Hill was taking photographs near Welch's Big Tree Grove Resort. The owner confronted him and demanded the glass pale negatives. This endangered Hill. After that fateful day, Hill vowed to protect the redwood trees. He founded Semper Virens Club, now Semper Virens Fund, in 1900 to protect local redwood forests like those he saw near Big Tree Grove. Santa Cruz County took control of the land in 1930 and named it Santa Cruz Big Trees County Park. In 1954, an adjacent parcel of land donated by Samuel Harry Cowell was combined with the property to create Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park, named for Samuel's father. Since then, Semper Virens Fund has continued protecting and stewarding the giant trees, including the preservation of 3 properties in the Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park area. Here is one of the most recent sections of redwood forest Semper Virens Fund supporters have protected. Semper Virens Fund has protected 3 properties in the Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park area, including more than 40 acres in the park's serene northern Fall Creek unit near the town of Felton. Once the site of a limestone quarry and kilns through the early 1900s, nearly the entire Fall Creek watershed is now protected and its hillsides reforested with second-growth redwoods. The watershed underlying Fall Creek provides clean drinking water to thousands of Santa Cruz County residents. Named for the creek, Fall Creek Truck Trail lies on one of the properties Semper Virens Fund added to Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park. During the CZU lightning fire complex that burned across the Santa Cruz Mountains in August and September of 2020, the Fall Creek Truck Trail served as a critical fire break, preventing the spread of the fire into the town of Felton and Scotts Valley. Semper Virens has worked collaboratively with state parks and CAL FIRE crews on the maintenance of the fire break along the trail over the previous 2 decades. What was really nice about the location of our campground is that we were 3 miles from Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, downtown Santa Cruz. We were about 15 minutes to New Brighton State Beach, about 25 minutes to Sunset State Beach. The location was fantastic. Now, they do not have a dump station here at Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park, so you do have to, if you have an RV and you need to dump your tanks, you have to go over to New Brighton State Beach. It's a state park, there's no fee naturally. Adjacent to the Redwood Grove here in Henry Cowell Redwoods State Park, you're going to find the Roaring Camp Railroads. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The operations began in 1963 under the guidance of F. Norman Clark, who is the founder and owner. His purpose was to keep a family tradition of constructing railroads and to bring the romance and color of steam railroading back to America. In 1958, Clark found the engine Dixiana abandoned near a coal mine in the Appalachian Mountains. He described it as looking like a pile of rusty junk. Dixiana was reconditioned and began service in 1963 on rails that had been shipped around Cape Horn in 1881. The railway route was laid out so that as few trees as possible would have to be cut on the 170 acres Clark acquired with a 99-year lease of the larger Big Trees Ranch. Big Trees Ranch was bought in 1867 by San Francisco businessman Joseph Warren Welch to preserve the giant redwood trees from logging. It was the first property in the state acquired specifically for that purpose. In 1930, the Welch family sold part of the property to Santa Cruz County, which eventually became part of Henry COWELL REDWOODS State Park. The first scheduled train trip was on April 6, 1963, with 44 ticketed passengers. Originally, two large trestles formed a corkscrew loop at Spring Canyon, but these were destroyed by a 1976 fire, the smoke from which could be seen from San Francisco. Within 6 months, a switchback was constructed to bypass the severed loop, and the entire line was returned to service. The switchback has an estimated 9.5% grade, making it the steepest passenger grade still in use. The length of the tail tracks in the switchback resists the trains that may be operated to 6 cars or fewer. Special events are held to raise funds for repair and construction of the trestles and steam locomotives at Roaring Camp. In 2003, the first Day Out with Thomas special event was held. The event was the single largest in the 40-year history of Roaring Camp, with an estimated 25,000 participants over a 3-day period. That's pretty insane. The train ride is around $33 per person. It lasts about 75 minutes. And then there's another option that you can pay $35 and the train will drop you off over at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And you can go hang out at the boardwalk. And when the train comes back, it'll stop there all day long until it stops running. You can hop back on the train and return to Henry COWELL REDWOODS State Park and go back to your campsite. So that's really a neat little option. Dogs are allowed on the train, which is nice. Unfortunately, when we went up there, no dogs were allowed due to COVID because they had to space out all the passengers. So we did not get to ride the steam train this trip, but hopefully when we go up next time, that ban will be over with and little Rocky can ride with us on the train. We're really looking forward to it. Anyway, here's the little town associated with the Roaring Camp Railroad. On our way to our next campsite, we stopped at Casa de Fruta, where we always like to stop and get ourselves a Colby beef burger. They're absolutely fantastic. Anyway, our next site on the way home was San Luis Reservoir. Again, this was our first time here. It was really pretty. It was a good break in the ride on the way home. We ended up staying here only one night, but a lot of people come here and go fishing, and it's really actually very pretty. It's very small, but it's very nice. You've been road trekking with Row and Low. I hope you enjoyed our adventure at COWELL Redwoods State Park, and we hope to see you again soon. Please do subscribe so you can be notified when I post new content. Thank you for watching.